Good evening, I'm Giuseppe Basili, I'm the Renaissance Trader. You can find at the website www.fibstalker.com. I also post regularly on Twitter using the Fibstalker nickname. Good evening, today is Sunday, November the 30th, 2014, and it's 9 p.m. time in Toronto, GMT -5. In this video, I'm going to review for you a few pairs, actually all the pairs I follow, plus a number of forex pairs that were requested by followers. This video is typically attached to my weekly newsletter. If you want to receive the newsletter, it's very easy, just simple. Just go to my website www.fibstalker.com and you can subscribe there. It only takes 2 seconds to do that. I also have what I call the Fibstalker Method coaching program. That's a program that's been going on for a while now, and I'm actually enrolling students for the next session, which is going to start the next month of December and continue through January. If you are interested, I'm going to start the QA and reviews in January, so there is still time for you to subscribe. And I also have a deal. It's the best price you're gonna get, and you can do this today, tomorrow, and on Tuesday. So just give a look to the email I've sent you before, or go to on my blog. So let's start on the review. And I usually start from the euro versus the dollar here, which is what you see on the screen. As we know, this market is going to get back into this 121.40, and that confirmation came when price actually eventually broke all the way halfway back here, 127.95. So how does it get there? It's a different story, and this market has been trading in extensions here. And on the weekly time frame, we can see some of these extensions. I'm not going to go into details here. That's something that I do with my students actually. And there is also another level here that that is part of a pattern that could be used for price discovery, but that level could also be identified later on. And when we go back to the daily time frame here, we show that even if you're not able to identify these levels before they are participated by algorithms, there is always, the market always gives an opportunity to participate. In fact, it gave an opportunity to participate from this high to low here, and as you can see, price touched that 50%, never broke that 127.87 level there, and got into the first and second target. And after that, the market continued. I was looking for a retrace all the way into this 126.20, but the market stopped at 126, and that level is a level that is being participated on the short side. Now the market at this moment is moving actually in laterally, because we have a break of longs, and then we have a break of shorts, followed by a break of shorts. So when that happens, it means that this market is moving laterally. The previous low has not been challenged, and this lateral move continues here, as again longs here apparently are currently in control. So where this market can go, if this market actually continues higher, again I'm going to look at that 126.20. That's the level where we could get participation on the downside. Moving to the SP 500, I'm going to go to review this market in detail. This market is moving in extension higher here on the daily, on the 4-hour time frame, and I will remind you though that this market is in a very long-term support here. Trade a long-term support at 1832, and we were able to identify this price with a few weeks in advance, 2-3 weeks in advance, and the first target that 21, and at the moment the market is actually moving in extension higher, and eventually will before a retracement or after a retracement it will get into that target, and I believe that this market is going to continue higher as well. The dollar index is right into an area of resistance here. This is a partial 50% retracement from the highs in 2008 to lows, and this market continues higher. And I want you to notice that when we move to the daily, I already noticed last week and in the weeks before that this market is actually moving in extensions higher still, and we can see the participation from highs to highs here, and there was participation twice, and the first target is above 88.90 here. Only if price breaks 86.92 before getting into that level, then I'm going to look for deeper retracement in this market, and this would come from this level to the highs. Only if and only if the 86.91 is placed on the downside. Now, someone asked me about the about gold here, and do we remember that I mentioned a sequence of measured move here? The sequence of measured move is from this level here to lows. There was this 1252 that I mentioned in the past that traded and brought price into the first target here, and now there is the next measured move apparently has failed, because we had price, even if marginally, as I mentioned last week, they went above this 1207, and actually the high was 1208.80, so they were 1 full point above. Now we were looking for a retracement into the old way halfway back here. We have no money at risk at the moment. There was initially a reaction, and that was actually on Friday. Then the open of this market is actually showing that 160.37 level broken. So where this market can go? This market can go and trade now the actually the first target of this busted measure move here. It can go lower, it can move lower, so this is not a market to go long just yet. And if the sequence of measure move reverses, we can use the Fibs talking time and to go long, but at the moment this market is still continuing lower into 1100 here. Okay, and that's where we could see this market moving into. US dollar versus Japanese yen. Those who follow me know that I was able to time this market and time this market back in mid of June 2013 here, 94 participation, and brought price eventually into first and second target. The smaller time frame, the 4-hour time frame, is still in control in this market at the moment, and until that sequence of measure move there. And let me show this because some people have asked for this, and this market actually is still finding support around this 117.28. This is the right level, and it will only start moving lower if considering the current high here, it will go below 1680, 1680, 1687, 1686 here. So 116.86 would be the level that would be a first indication that this market is actually continuing lower. As you know, my method is a trend following method, so first and second targets are not places where you short this market, but they are places where you actually get profit out of the market, and then you wait for the next weekly measure move to trade, and according to current highs, that level will be down at 111.40 here. Okay, however, this market has not finished just yet, because remember that on the 4 hour, this market still has support, and the support is coming from this 117.28 that unfortunately has targets above, and I'm going to show here for people who unfortunately might be actually ill positioned in this market. The next target of that 11 of these 111.28 support unfortunately is 119.67. Now for those who are ill positioned in this market, this market is eventually going to correct, but you have to understand that this is not a level that you can easily short. There is no program trading short in this market. Program trading is only taking profits in this market at the moment. Euro versus Japanese yen, very quickly. Those who follow me know that this market actually was in a sequence of extensions, and eventually that sequence failed. So I'm going to show you the last sequence was this one. As you can see, this market actually initially respected this level, the 136.64, and of course we were looking for 149.97. The market actually tested once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, and then a 6th time was not able to contain this price, and this important 134.50 level was pierced. Now when that happens, it's an important indication. My method gives levels that are levels of price discovery, and now although this market continued higher, was not certainly pushed by the weekly time frame, but by the lower time frame, daily and lower. And there is still the possibility for this market to get into 149, but when that happens, there is the possibility that this market will see swift selling, as we saw in the US dollar versus Canadian dollar. I'm going to show you that later on. Moving to the pound versus Japanese yen, this market actually had a sequence of measure move as well, and he got into an area of resistance, very large area of resistance here, that you can see here clearly here. That's the full range from the highs in 2008 to lows in 2011 as well. And he got into this 184.19, which is the start of another potential resistance. So of course there is also a family or multiple families of algorithms that are pushing this price higher here, and excuse me, and we need to see whether the shorts that are located in this 184.19 will win, or whether the long time frame will actually win. So as usual, the way we look at this market is as a sequence of measured move, and in this case there was an extension from this highs to highs here, which traded the first time and then came back, and it came to trade the next measured move that is watched by algorithms from that level, that highs to highs here. And as you can see, we are very close to that first target, and my take here is that we could actually touch that target this week, and then we could see some profit taking, which will add to the downside pressure that this market could experience, due to the fact that it is within that large area of resistance that I showed you before on the weekly time frame. So there's a possibility for this market to continue lower. Next, the euro versus the Canadian dollar here. We know that this market has failed the sequence of measure move lower here, never got into that 138.50, which is the level I called at the end of May. Here I mentioned the fact that we would probably see price into 138.50. I believe that price has to trade still it's possible for this market to maybe react, but then eventually will need to trade that level, because that's the level where the large participation from the large time frame is coming from. Moving to the pound versus US dollar, on the other hand, we know that this market also is retracing into a large level, and that large level is from the lows to highs here, and the level it's at 153.43. So that's where this market is going, and those who try to pick this market up have to realize that until the market reaches that large level, there will be no potential participation from program trading and algos on the long side of things. So you have to be patient and you have to wait. There are still 250 pips here to go before we will start timing this market on the long side. Australian dollar versus the US dollar finally reached, and actually right with the open of today, it reached that important first target. So as you can see in this market, there were a long, very long term from lows in 2008 to highs in 2011. There was this level of support which was actually respected. The 185.39 was actually respected. As you can see here, there was participation at some point in the last month, in November, actually the first week of November, and he gave a fairest trade and then eventually came back. Why came back into this 084.37? Because we had a very large measure move here, which was participated by programs on the short time from lows to lows, and algorithms will do whatever it takes to bring price into first target here, and that's exactly what happened. So now that this is completed, of course the market can do a lot of things. First of all, we should study the sequence of measure move of this 3 weekly bar, and when it fails, we have to remember that we are on top on a very large long setup here, long participation area, and also now that that first target has been hit, this market has the potential to go all the way into the next setup, and that would be 090.91. So there are multiple reasons to believe that this market could actually retrace into this 090.89. We have the longs on below current price from this large measure move here from lows to highs, and we have the shorts that are represented by this 090.91, which is the next measure move short. So the price of course can also keep sliding and get into that second target. That's why we have confirmation mechanism that tell us when to get involved. The second target of this measure move, this large measure move, would actually fall, let me remove this, would actually fall well below that 079.39. It would fall at 077.78 here. So that's still a possibility. So this market actually has two possibilities: either continue lower into the second target and then eventually retrace, but then in that case that would be a continuation lower, or profit taking at this first target plus the support coming from this area would actually bring price higher into where? Into the next measure move, which is from these highs to lows, and that would be the next level that you would watch actually, and I'm going to watch as well. Moving to the US dollar versus Canadian dollar, this market has been quite interesting, and the 112.46 is actually a level that saw participation on the downside and the break of the sequence of measure move, and that break was not enough to bring this market lower. In fact, the market was picked up by the smaller time frame and went into trading the first target here, 136.77, and there was a first reaction lower. The price got there again, profit taking, and now last week the price was brought there again, and there is the possibility for this market on one side to continue higher, or the other side to keep actually being sold here at this 113.67. so we will see what happens here. Remember that this market is into a very large measured move here from the highs again in 2009 to lows in 2011, and that measured move and that participation on the short side has been has worked already. There's no reason to believe that participation on the downside might not be present again. It also depends on the strength of the dollar as well. If the US dollar continues higher, there is the possibility for this market to continue higher too. Next would be the New Zealand dollar versus US dollar. This market is a very interesting market, and it came to retest this large level of 77.02, and we could time this with a freeze trade. The market stopped us out at break even here, and then it came into this area of potential support again and gave us another freeze trade. So where this market could go, this market could actually correct after this move lower here, could actually correct the correction could actually be not really very strong, but still this market is in a long and because the weekly participation here is much larger than the time frame that are pushing this price lower. So that's where what we are looking for this market is just a continuation higher. So congratulations to those who are well positioned in this market. Next, I'd like to review the US dollars, the Swiss franc, which is a very technical market on the weekly time frame. Potential trades and participation, we saw it back in December 2013, and then again, although it was not clean here, price pierced into this area of support, but eventually support and participation on the upside showed up, and this market is a very technical market. It's a high volume, it's widely watched, and you remember that we timed this long here on 93.61, which has targets above, and the first target would be previous highs at 098.36. The target is that not because there are previous highs, but because algorithms like to take profits at this specific level. So that's where we could see this market. In the last few weeks, we also timed a 50% retrace here from highs to highs, and price got into that level twice, and eventually it could be timed for a continuation higher into basically into the same around the same area, 093.30 area there. So there is a multiple indication that the market could just continue there. And remember that this measure move here, it's an extension, so would actually bring price into the previous highs of July here. Okay, so this is it for today. I hope this is interesting. If you are interested in my Fib Stalker Methods coaching program, you can contact me. Just reply to this email. If you have any question, just drop me an email. You can hit reply to the to my newsletter email and ask any questions. Thank you very much, and have a great trading week. Bye bye now.